Chain Reaction is the third book in the Perfect Chemistry series by Simone Elkeles. Luis Fuentes and his mother moved back to Chicago to be closer to his older brother Alex and his new family, even though Alex had had problems with the Mexican gang, Latino Blood, previously, putting him almost to the point of death. Luis has a plan to be good, though. He wants to become an astronaut and is determined to reach his goal, getting straight A's, no disciplinary actions, and being a great soccer player and swimmer. That is, until they move back to Chicago. Along with being introduced with the newly reformed Latino blood, Luis meets Nikki Cruz. Nikki is also Mexican, but lives on the north side of the tracks. She identifies more with the white population in town. After her only boyfriend dumps her for a gang, Nikki no longer trusts boys, especially Mexican boys. Caught between trying to make Nikki trust him and becoming tied up in Latino blood, Luis has to make a choice, except choosing wrongly could mean he could end up dying. The main reason Luis agreed to join the gang was because he wanted to see what the gang leader was up to, since the same gang leader was the one who beat up his older brother Alex, almost killing him, and he also killed his father before he was born. However, Luis ends up learning something that causes him to change his mind and carry out his duties in the Latino blood. The whole time, he dates Nikki, who thinks he is different than her ex-boyfriend, who abandoned her for the same gang. Not wanting to disappoint her, they break up before she can find out his hidden secret. In a confrontation with the gang leader, Luis may or may not make it out alive. Chemical reaction can connect to Kill a Mockingbird in the way that there's prejudice against Mexicans, in much the way there was prejudice against African Americans in To Kill a Mockingbird. Another thing is people who live north of the tracks look down on people who live south of the tracks, like how the Ewells live in an undesirable place too, behind the town's dump. The book uses dramatic irony, where the audience knows things that the characters don't. In this case, we know that Luis is in the gang, but he continues to mislead his mom, brothers, girlfriend, and teachers to believe that he isn't. They sometimes say how happy they are that he isn't in the gang, meanwhile the reader knows that he is. Simone Elkeles was born in Chicago, Illinois in 1970. She isn't Mexican, and instead enlists in the help of friends for cultural and language help, and also researches to see exactly how gangs work. Chain Reaction is set in the present in Chicago, Illinois. It is historically significant because it deals with gangs and the affiliation of Mexicans in them. It shows that some people don't have a choice, and if they refuse to be in a gang, it can cost them their life. The novel also shows that gangs can run in families, so even if you don't like the gang life, since your whole family has been affiliated with the gang, you have to join it. The book is a kind of teen romance novel, and its literary significance is that it teaches teens not only about Mexican and Mexican-American culture, but it also teaches the importance of family and friends. Luis is stuck between showing loyalty towards his gang he was born into, and his family and friends who don't want him to be affiliated with the gang.